Hey girls, welcome back to the Everyday with Emily and Shauna. And first of all, we're so excited that you are back to watch another episode. We love having you girls and just being able to talk with you every single time. So today, our topic is going to be on integrity. And as Shauna and I were just talking about this and what it means to our personal lives and how we've grown and learned through all of it, we've quickly realized that integrity is threaded through your entire relationship with God. It really becomes the foundation of your relationship with Him, of your relationship with your family, with your friends, and your witness. Like it goes into so many areas of your life. So I'm so excited to talk to you about this topic today.
Yeah, we love the topic of integrity. And we pulled a definition, and one of the definitions of integrity is the quality or state of being complete or undivided. So when we talk about integrity, we're talking about that you're not two different people. You are not one person behind the scenes and a different person in front of people. You're not one person at church and a different person at school. It's so important that you live your life in such a way that you are the same person behind the scenes, living a godly life, loving Jesus alone when no one else is watching, that you are in front of people. It's so vital. It means that you don't leave anything in the dark. You bring it all out into the light.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, I love that imagery of an undivided heart, an undivided focus and devotion and attention to the Lord. And, there's a really good biblical example of somebody that lived and walked in that integrity, and it was Job. So he was pretty wealthy. He had great family and land and all these things. He was serving the Lord with his whole entire heart. And then some really awful, terrible things happened to him. His family members died, his sons and daughters, his cattle, everything that he owned was destroyed, and natural disasters, and his property was taken. Just thing after thing after thing happened. And he didn't have the greatest of friends around him. So they were saying, like, Job, how could this have happened to you? Like, it must have been God's fault. Like, turn against God, curse God. It was his fault. But Job, even through the hard circumstances that he went through, he was unwavering in his faith. He said, no, God is the same God as he was when I was rich as to what I'm going through right now.
That's right.
And I love, even at the end of the story, God did restore the things that he lost. And Job still walked upright in integrity through all of it.
Yeah, he absolutely did. And I love the story of Job about him choosing to live in integrity. So he lived the same way when he had everything, and he lived the same way before God when he had nothing. And that just showed his character and his heart before the Lord. And integrity really begins with what the Bible calls the fear of the Lord. And it's deeper than an awe or a reverence for God. It's a realization that you are going to be accountable to the Lord someday for every single thing you've done in public and in private. And, to me, and the fear of the Lord is all about being constantly aware of the presence of the Lord.
Yeah, that's good.
He's always with me. I don't ever have an excuse to do something stupid because I'm never really alone. I always have the presence of the Lord with me, even if no one else is watching me. He is. And I want to please him. That's the fear of the Lord. It's that desire deep down inside that you know that you are accountable to the Lord and you love him so much that you want to live a righteous life before him and you want to please him.
And that God is sovereign, that he's not human. He is God. Like, he's better than you. He's perfect. And I love that so much, that it begins with the fear of the Lord. And integrity is also wholeness. So just like back to the definition, it's that undivided wholeness, focus, completeness on one thing. And when we're walking in integrity, we're not giving a part of our heart to the world, a part of our heart to the things that we watch in private that are not pleasing of the Lord, part of our heart to the jokes that we may be saying around friends. We are giving our full hearts to the Lord and saying to him, God, I'm yours, and every situation, in every place that I'm in
Yes.
every circumstance, that God, you are more important than anything else around me. And
Yeah.
I live to worship. I live to please you. And it's amazing just the joy that comes
Yeah.
from walking wholly devoted to the Lord.
Yeah.
And there's a verse in Psalm 86:11, and it says, "Give me an undivided heart that I may fear your name." You know, you can walk wholly devoted before the Lord. And I think this is an amazing prayer just to say each morning when you wake up.
Yeah, to have an undivided heart.
Yeah.
And integrity is also all about living in freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom means that I don't have anything to hide.
Yeah.
I don't have anything that's like, I'm the same person right now that you're seeing me on the screen that I am in private. I'm the same Shauna. Both
She really
times,
is.
I'm the same person, and so is Emmy. But we live our lives that way, and it's living in freedom.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to hide. I don't have any secrets I'm keeping in the dark. I'm living wholly devoted to Jesus, and that's freedom.
Yeah.
And it's something that even if you do go through something privately, bring it out into the light.
Yeah.
And when you bring it into the light, it automatically loses its power.
Right.
It
That's
does.
right. Yeah. And that reminds me of a verse. It's found in Luke 8:17, and it says, "For all that is secret will eventually be brought into the open, and everything that is concealed will be brought to light and be made known to all." And that's exactly what Shauna was just talking about. What you do in secret is going to come out into the light.
Yeah.
So that includes the bad things, but the good news is that includes the really good things. When you go into secret in your room and you are praying, you are worshiping, you're fighting through things in prayer, that's going to come into the light. People are going to see the difference in your life when you spend time in the presence of God. And that just brings me to our last point here, is that integrity is walking in accountability.
Yeah.
So I know that I cannot do integrity alone.
Right.
And if you are trying to do this by yourself, I encourage you to find a godly mentor, mature friends that are mature in their relationship with the Lord, to be able to talk to them and be like, "Hey, I was just in my room and I was just struggling with this thing, and I just want to bring it out to the open."
Yeah.
As soon as you bring it out to open, it loses its power, and you can have that freedom, that accountability with a friend. That's something that Shauna and I are very intentional about.
Yeah.
We can go to our other friends.
In
we
our
have
friend group,
we have mentors in our life as well that we
Yes.
can talk with them through some hard things we might be going through, and then celebrate together what it looks like to walk in integrity.
Yes, and I think it's so important that you mentioned that. Talk to people who is a strong Christian. They're mentors. They're people who have been walking with Jesus longer than you, even by a few years. I think the mistake that I made whenever I was a teenager is when I would struggle with things, I would tell friends who weren't really all in for God, and it didn't help me. That wasn't true accountability. That was just basically telling your problems. I mean, there wasn't anything about that was helpful, And I could have told somebody who was a trusted Christian mentor in my life, and I could have had accountability and freedom a lot quicker if I would have done that, because they could have actually helped me. So that's really, really important. We also wanted to mention this closing thought of Philippians 1:27, and it says, "Whatever happens, conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ. Then whether I come and see you or only hear about you in my absence, I will know that you stand firm in the one spirit, striving together as one for the faith of the gospel."
I love that verse. That is so powerful. And girls, I want to encourage you with this, that you may feel like walking in integrity is like this impossible goal. But the good news is if God asks us to do something in His Word, He is the one that empowers us to do it.
That's right.
It's not natural. It's not normal to to walk in integrity.
Right.
It's supernatural, and we need a supernatural God to help us in those moments of decision that we're either going to be devoted to God or choose something that will lead us down a path that we never wanted to go down. And so we are praying for you. We are believing that you can walk in integrity right where you're at, whether you're 12 or 15 or 18 years old or whatever age, that you can walk in this integrity. And we also have a Spotify playlist that you can go check out. Just type in the Everyday and you will find it on Spotify with different worship songs and music just to encourage you in your everyday walk with Christ. So girls, we love you so much. We are praying for you, and we'll see you girls next time. Bye.